2, 3, 4.
My name is Ginger. When I was a child, I grew up in a village in Italy with just 600 people in it. And as you can imagine, that made my possibilities quite limited. When I was 12, though, I went to my first gig, and that opened a new world of possibilities to me.
10,000 miles.
This was the world that I wanted to live in. I was never told, and I never perceived my gender to be any kind of hindrance to my dreams, so I pursued everything with some sort of naive confidence. With that kind of confidence, I approached everything thinking, if everybody else is doing it, so why can't I? This is what brought me from my 600 people village to work in London for MTV, a place that felt instantly like home. It was only once inside the music industry that the first roadblocks appeared. See, what I wanted to do was become an A&R manager, going out and discovering new artists. But I soon began to realize that, as a woman, that would have been really unlikely to happen. Mainly because at the time there were no A&R women, and if they were, it was just because they made their own labels. In fact, the first time I watched Spinal Tap, the most unrealistic thing for me was that the A&R person was a woman, so never mind the dwarves of Stonehenge, which for a while meant that my earlier confidence gave way to a defeatist attitude. That was until 2010, though, because after going through some record labels, some TV, some more experiences, and just in case going back to school, I opened this channel finally. And at that point, I was finally given the opportunity to work directly with artists and do what I loved, that was bringing them live in front of an audience. During the last 6 years, I had the opportunity to meet some amazing people and some incredible women that didn't let anything stand in their way. So I decided to make this series of videos to show what happens when you don't just have dreams, but you transform them into plans. So, luck is the last achievement in your musical career. What did you take with you on this project from your previous experiences?
We've both been in a couple of different bands. Even when I was living up in Derbyshire, where we grew up, our older sister Amy was in a band, and we used to go down and visit her and watch her, and it was kind of like one of those things that we, even though we were all studying classical music, we kind of knew that that was what we wanted to do too.
Yeah.
So
the last band we were in, the Langley Sisters, you know, we loved that. We recorded an album, we did an EP that we brought out on vinyl, and we loved it, and toured with some awesome people, but I think you know, our music tastes changed or evolved, and yeah, and that's where Lock came from. I think we just decided to.
Yeah, the sound style is very different from the sisters, isn't it?
it is, yeah. It couldn't be further from it. Really.
I think our music tastes changed.
Yeah.
Possibly quite slowly, and it just kind of
It's evolved into this. Yeah.
Your latest project, Lucy Bart and the Orivars, is just the last achievement of your musical career. So what did you take with you in this project for your previous experiences?
Well, Cammy, obviously we did the Fay Rays together, and we were discussing this morning how much we did learn from that experience. Yeah, we learnt from our mistakes, and also from, I guess, from the little episodes that we did, the nights, and then we did the Au revoirs, monthly nights. So I think from those projects we've kind of, well, we've been around the block now, haven't we?
We were young, running towards the sun, and now the wind takes back the songs we've sung.
I'm thinking about you mentioned the lyrics and you come from a writer background, so I was wondering how do you approach the
creative part, the creative process of the lyrics. So do you think you go more into storytelling mode, or it's more from personal experience?
I think, well, when I first, I always wrote poetry, so it was bastardized poems, really. And I think, like any teen, self-respecting teen, they're so caught up in that kind of existential angst and that confessional kind of, why won't you understand me thing, that it was all very personal, just kind of like quite dark content. And then from that I kind of went more into sort of storytelling, and kind of like, I think the more that my writing career evolved, the more that, you know, what I was writing about lyrically. But I think initially it was playing a lot with beats and sounds and that kind of thing as well. So it was kind of like I guess it was kind of from poetry, really. So it was like that was the kind of springboard. And then sometimes you just feel like you had something to say. I think that's the main part of that. Whereas now I'll want to explore or describe something more than just like that thing that where I started off.
Why you falling? You falling down. You falling.
So do you reckon that the quote by Oscar Wilde saying, give a man a mask and he will tell you the truth, is sort of fitting for the kind of stuff that you're writing?
I think so. There's definitely elements of that ring true, definitely.
On another side, do you find in your experience that the music industry has been male-dominated on the artistic side? And if it's so, what were the challenges you had to overcome to develop a female-driven band?
I'd say yeah, it is mostly male-dominated right now, but it's changing rapidly, and it's not really affecting us at all because you know we're girls, obviously. We've got an amazing girl drummer, Holly, who's just
We've got a female manager, so we're surrounded by pretty cool females. She's just won the Rising Star Award in the industry, so it's been great to work with her. But yeah, I don't think it's an issue at all. I think it shouldn't be. It's just, we're just making music. We want to make an amazing album and put stuff out.
Thanks so much for watching this episode. A new one will be ready here tomorrow, so like and subscribe for more gin in your teacups.
You